candidate for Vice President from Khor.
Hi everyone, I'm glad to see you all here, and I would like just to say, just introduce a bit of myself. I'm Ryan, and I'm a first year physics fresher at uni. Okay, so I would like to just point out that I'm not going to say why I run the post, but I'm just going to tell you about what I plan to do if I become Vice President. And first of all, I believe it's my obligation to help and assist Henry in his vision wherever it's outreach, or assist him wherever it's these speaker events, or networking with alumni. I think it's very important that Vice President, he gives the big picture, and I deal with a bit of details, and the rest of the committees also deal with some details, as in event management and carry out the plan. So the first thing first is to assist President. And secondly, what I plan to do is this OUMC parent scheme or parent system. I believe that it's a very good system. Like, I benefited a lot from my OUMC dad in particular. Like, he gave me a lot of advice, like to probably settle down and stuff like that. And but I believe that not everyone is fully engaged in this OUMC parent system. So I have like a few of like, as you read my manifesto, I have like a few of like suggestions to like improve the system. Yeah. So that's OUMC parent system. The second thing I would like to do. And third thing will be more like social events among the members. And like get together events, like example we could like continue what we have been doing, like those makan events, to like have like some sort of bonding, and at the same time I know like Malaysian, we all love food, so we all crave for Malaysian food, so yeah. Social events not only can like bring people together, and as I know like social events have like highest turnout rate, probably among other events. Like social events usually get like a lot of like turnout rates. So the third thing is social events and about outreach. Okay, I will say a bit of outreach. Like I think that it's also important because like now, like undergrad fresher, we have like only about 10 who usually turn up in these events, and it's like about 8 are like guys, 2 are like girls. So you might end up in a situation where you have a bit of like gay dads next year in front of people. So which is a point that I would like to say it's very important to have outreach and to have like more prospective students. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. Any question? All right.
Questions for Henry? So from Brian, sorry.
Whoa. Okay.
Now this one didn't get to ask Henry, but what kind of slant would you with the community take maybe if you guys were to invite speakers, or would it be more political figures, corporate figures, or just general popular personalities?
Okay, this
don't invite at all.
okay, good question. Well, that actually depends on. Actually, when we become a committee, we have sort of like a plan, because I realize right, if we invite speakers event, we can't usually satisfy everyone. So it's good to like have a balance of like some events that can like that do some sort of networking. There will be, I believe, a lot of postgrads will be very interested in networking events or career events. But at the same time, we could also have some of the inspiring figures to come over and give a talk, like let's say the recent one like Idris Junn. We could also, we can actually, there's actually a lot of like autonomy as to who we can invite for our speaker event, and we would like to be, be creative about it. Yep. I hope I answered your question.
I would like to follow up on that point. Do you, as a committee, have any idea who you might be inviting at this point? If yes, who? If no, why not?
Okay. At this point, I haven't thought to like this. I haven't thought to like exactly who I want to invite at this point, because I believe it's like we need to open this discussion with committees as well as current members, but we do plan to like have these speaker events at some point.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm actually going to follow up with the same question. So but it's not like a suggestion, because for us, I think my experience then with Sean is really that you want to invite speakers, you've got to go way ahead of time. You have to plan like a year, in fact, a year ahead. So I would say that it would be a wise idea to start thinking about this.
Trinity
because-
term. Yeah, I was thinking like we could actually start.
yeah, even before that.
Even before that,
yeah.
during the break or something,
Yes.
we can actually start to do some sort of planning
Yes, okay.
for the year.
But now my real question is this.
Okay.
So the vice president's role is kind of like this limbo that's not really a defined kind of
Yeah,
job there is.
yeah.
So would you want to sort of like detail a bit more about what you would exactly do? Kind of like, I want to see I think we want to hear what you would be as a vice president. Because if vice president can be like, I'll just help, what does it mean by help? I think that's the question.
Okay. The thing that I exactly do, it will be more like improving welfare of members together with, welfare officer, which I say about this parent system, and also actually I have some suggestion in mind, but some suggestions that might or might not work, might or might not be carried out. But I also think that it's important that we have some sort of like counselor or something, because like it's nowadays it's like very hard to like find like, because obviously parents need to be both good listener and also people who can give advice to their junior. Yeah. So my main part, what I think I will be mainly doing while assisting Henry in whatever events planning is that I will focus on like welfare and get together events. Yeah.
So one of your jobs would be to help Henry as VP helping the press.
Yeah.
So say if very unluckily Henry becomes this tyrant president or something. Okay.
Okay.
But in a very, very unlucky situation that happens, and say the rest of the committee or even members are not pleased with him or anything, how confident are you in standing up against him, and maybe even, how would you even handle that kind of situation? Because it may happen.
I see. Okay. If that kind of situation happens, we would like to see like a few stages. Like with one, if we'll try to make peace with him to see if he's willing to engage directly with me. If he does not, we might need some sort of like moderator or like some people who is like completely neutral and to handle the situation like that. Yeah.
So what's your role
My
as
role.
a vice president? What will you do? What kind of what will be your approach to resolve the issues?
Okay. I will properly point this out to president himself first, together with the committee. First of all, I approach the committee and see if they agree with what I say. If they do, let's say if they do, and I will like voice it out to the president and try to make peace and see if anything else can be done. If no, we will like try to like find a bit of like people to a bit of like third parties, because like let's say president might have like some grudge over you and your opinion will most likely like he will have like a bit of bias against your opinion. So sometimes I think it's important to like find, if let's say he doesn't listen to your opinion completely, he is going to find a third person or something to like make peace or something.
So your first approach will have discussion with the committee first.
The other committee and see what they think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Junn? Okay, yeah.
Well, there was one problem that we had, at least when we were on the committee, was that there was a sort of divide between undergrads and postgrads. Maybe it's not so much of an issue now, but you want to do it? So it's like, what is your view of where the problem is at in the current stage? Or do you think it's a problem at all? If you think it's a problem, how do you think you're going to solve it?
I believe like there is some divide between undergrad and postgrad, mainly because of like mentality. As in what we want might be different as what they want. So I would suggest that just a suggestion, but I don't know if it's implemented, but this is my idea. Like we could like elect a postgrad officer, but at the same time give him the autonomy and the power as to what he wants to do, and we give him like, let's say he wants to do a career event, and we will like helping out, like help the postgrad officer, and also give like sufficient funding or sufficient whatever manpower we need, or committee will support him. That's what I follow. And yeah.
I think the term sufficient funding and manpower is very dangerous.
Yeah, very.
If they want to, if the postgrad officer says, oh, I want to do a 1,000 audience career fair, would you really support that? And if it required thousands of pounds?
Thanks for pointing out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One thing is that whenever postgrad officer, let's say, plans to organize something, I think it's best that he come and like all the committees will have this discussion as to see whether or not we all will agree, we all think that it's reasonable, and we all actually agree that it will become like beneficial for the postgrads. And if we to come to a consensus that it is beneficial to postgrad, and we could actually organize it, and if we find that undergrad could benefit as well, we can actually invite and encourage current undergrad members to join.
I'd like to abuse my position and ask a question myself.
Okay.
You and Henry talk about career events, but as we all probably already know, the University of Oxford and probably even your own colleges organize career events on a regular basis. So how different are your career events going to be with respect to the universities?
Okay. I was thinking of career networking with them more probably back home, rather than like our university is like locally and internationally, and I was thinking more like having like career events like network with people back home, like opportunities back home.
But these are events that you can get if, let's say, you just took a bus to London.
Yeah.
UKDC.
Yeah. Loads of events in London.
Yeah. Good question.
But well,
Yeah.
perhaps a
Yeah,
suggestion.
you have the point.
No, perhaps suggestion is well, what I've experienced in the past is that we've had a more personalized session with people that come over to Oxford.
Okay.
CEOs of banks,
Shell.
Shell, yeah. So you could organize things like a dinner or a small event where they can come to Oxford just to talk, and then after that have a nice tea time where you can ask them questions, that sort of thing. Perhaps that would be more beneficial to them.
Even back in Malaysia during like the summer holidays, that was what we did.
Okay.
Brought people over in summer.
Any more questions for Brad? Alright, if not, should we thank Brian once again?